Do you make common mistakes like these in English?
It's a 2 hours drive. We had a good time despite of the rain. He said me he was coming.
All three of those sentences contain a super common mistake. But don't worry,
Today, we are going to help you stop making these errors. 5 errors in total.
we want to help you feel more confident and sound much more natural when you speak.
But wait, Alex, we're not just doing a boring list. We're turning this into a high-stakes challenge. If you hear that sound, it means someone just fell into a grammar trap.
Challenge accepted. I've got my buzzer ready and I'm not going to be gentle. Let's dive into the first mistake.
Okay, I'll start. Last month, I decided to visit my friend in the countryside. It's a beautiful place, but the journey is quite long. I packed my bags, grabbed some coffee, and settled in for what I knew would be a 10 hours journey.
Stop right there. 10 hours journey. Emma, you just broke one of the most fundamental rules of descriptive English.
Oh, come on! There are 10 hours in the journey, right? It's plural.
Logic doesn't always win in grammar. Look, when you use a number and a noun together to describe another noun, they become a compound adjective.
A compound what?
Think of it like a team. 10 and hour join forces to describe the journey. And in English, adjectives never have a plural form. You don't say Red's cars, and you don't say 10 hours journey.
So you're saying I have to kill the S?
Exactly. It's a 10-hour journey, a 5-star hotel, a 20-year-old student. Never, ever put an S on the unit of measurement when it's acting as an adjective.
Okay, I see. So if I say the journey took 10 hours, that's fine because hours is the main noun. But if it is a description, it was a 10-hour journey.
Spot on. But since we are here to sound advanced, let's upgrade that. Instead of saying the journey was long, what could we say?
How about interminable? It sounds like it's never going to end.
Nice. Or exhausting. Or if it was a very difficult road, a grueling 10-hour journey. Now that sounds like C1 English. All right, my turn to tell a story. Let's talk about that trip to the mountains I took last winter. I had everything planned. I had the gear, the map, and the motivation. And honestly, we had an amazing time despite of the rain.
Oh, the irony. The expert falls. Despite of. Really, Alex?
Whoa, wait. What's wrong with that? It sounds so natural.
It sounds natural because you're mixing two different things in your head. You're having a prepositional collision.
Explain yourself.
You have two choices when you want to show contrast. Choice 1. Despite. It's a lone wolf. It hates the word of. Choice 2. In spite of. It's a social butterfly. It always needs its of.
So I can't combine them? I can't take the of from in spite of and give it to despite?
No, it's illegal in the world of grammar. You can say despite the rain or in spite of the rain, but despite of is a ghost. It shouldn't exist.
Okay, that's a classic B2 mistake. People think because in spite of has it, despite needs it too.
Exactly. And Alex, the rain is a bit simple. If we were in those mountains and it was really pouring down, how would you describe it using C1 vocabulary?
I'd say we had a superb time despite the torrential downpour.
Torrential downpour. I love that. It sounds so much more vivid. Or we could say, despite the inclement weather.
Inclement. That's a $5 word right there. Using inclement weather instead of bad weather instantly adds 100 points to your sophistication.
Okay, let's keep going. So after the rain stopped, I met up with my friend. He looked a bit stressed, so I asked him what was wrong. And he said he was coming to the party later, but he looked like he wanted to sleep for a week.
Stop! You did it again! He said me. Emma, my ears are bleeding.
But I'm talking to a person. Me is the person. Why can't I say, said me?
Because say and tell have different jobs. They are like two different tools in a toolbox.
Okay, what's the difference?
Tell is personal. It needs an object. You tell someone something. You told me. You told her. You told the boss. You always have a person right after tell.
And say?
Say is all about the message. It doesn't care about the person. You say that you are tired. You say hello. If you absolutely must mention the person after say, you have to use a bridge, the word to.
So, he said to me?
Yes, but honestly, it sounds a bit clunky. Most natives just use tell if they want to mention the listener. He told me he was coming. Simple, clean, correct.
Got it. Tell me or say to me, but never say me.
Correct. Now, instead of saying he was stressed, what's a better word for someone who has too much work and looks exhausted?
Overwhelmed. Or maybe burnt out.
Those are good. But for C1, let's go with harried. It means feeling strained as a result of having too many demands made on you.
Harried. He told me he was feeling harried. That sounds very professional.
You know, Emma, when I hear these mistakes, it's not that I don't understand the person. I know exactly what they mean.
Right. If someone says, he said me, I know what happened. So why does it matter so much?
Because English is about precision. When you're at a B1 level, you're just trying to survive. You're throwing words at people and hoping they stick. But when you move to C1, you're not just communicating, you're influencing.
True. If you're in a business meeting and you say, it was a 2 hours presentation, people might think your attention to detail isn't very high.
Exactly. It creates a glass ceiling for your career and your social life. People subconsciously judge your intelligence based on these tiny grammar pebbles.
Then let's break that ceiling. We've covered compound adjectives, despite versus in spite of, and say versus tell. We have 2 more high-level mistakes to fix. Are you ready for the next one?
Bring it on. Okay, let's talk money. Everyone loves talking about money, especially at the end of the year. I have a friend who is an incredible software engineer. He works 12 hours a day, he's a genius, and he wins a huge salary.
No! He doesn't win a salary, Alex, unless his boss is running a lottery.
Hey, sometimes it feels like a lottery. But okay, what's the problem here?
This is a classic translation error. In many languages, the word for earn and win is the same. But in English, these are 2 different planets.
So, what's the difference?
You win things by luck or by being the best in a competition. You win the lottery, you win a football match, you win a prize. It's a gift from fate or a victory.
And earn?
You earn something through labor, through effort, through your time and skills. You earn a salary. You earn a living. You earn someone's respect.
So if I say he won a salary, it sounds like he just found the money on the street or got lucky.
Exactly. It sounds like he didn't work for it. And instead of saying a huge salary, how can we describe a very high income in a more sophisticated way?
We could say he earns a lucrative salary or a substantial income.
Lucrative. That's a perfect word for business English. Or if he's really, really rich, he earns a staggering amount of money.
Staggering. It means so much that it makes you walk unsteadily. I wish I earned a staggering amount of money.
Last one. This is the one that confuses even the most advanced students. Let's say I'm talking about a new colleague. I can say, I knew him at the conference last week.
Error detected. I knew him last week. That's a time travel paradox, Emma.
Why? If the meeting happened in the past, shouldn't I use the past tense of know?
Here is the secret. Know is a state, not an action.
A state, like a country?
No, a state of being. It describes a situation that continues over time. If you know someone, it means you already have the information about them in your brain. It doesn't describe the moment you met them.
So what should I use for that first moment?
You have two main options. Option 1, meet. This is the physical act of seeing someone for the first time. I met him at the conference.
And option 2?
Get to know. This describes the process, the journey from being strangers to being friends. I spent the weekend getting to know my new team.
So meet is the hello moment. Get to know is the conversation. Know is the long-term friendship.
Exactly. Now, instead of saying he was a new colleague, how can we describe someone you work with in a more formal way?
My associate? Or my contemporary if we are the same age?
Those are good, but let's go with counterpart. If he has the same job as you, but in a different company, he is your counterpart. It sounds very C1. Okay, Emma, we fixed the 5 big mistakes, but knowledge without practice is useless.
I agree. Let's do a mega story. One of us starts, the other continues. We have to use a compound adjective correctly, despite or in spite of, say versus tell correctly, earn versus win, and meet, know, and get to know.
And we have to use at least 10 of those C1 words we just discussed. Interminable, torrential, inclement, harried, substantial, staggering, counterpart.
Are you guys ready? Grab a pen. This is going to be the most vocabulary-dense 3 minutes of your life.
I'll start. Last year, I was sent on a 4-day assignment to Tokyo. Correct so far?
Singular noun. Yes. Proceed.
I was there to meet my counterpart in the Japanese office. I'd heard he was quite formidable, so I was feeling a bit harried before the meeting. Despite the inclement weather in Tokyo, it was a literal torrential downpour, I made it to the office on time.
Nice! When I arrived, the secretary told me to wait in the lounge. I sat there for what felt like an interminable amount of time. Finally, the door opened. I met the CEO for the first time. He didn't just look rich. He looked like someone who earned a staggering salary.
Wait, I'm buzzing myself. I almost said win. See, even I have to concentrate.
Close one. Okay, let's finish this. We spent the whole evening getting to know each other's business strategies. By the end of the night, I felt like I knew him better than my own brother. It was a profoundly lucrative meeting for both of us.
Did you catch all of that? We just used every single correction and every single upgrade in one natural conversation.
That's the goal, everyone. Don't be afraid of these mistakes. They are just stepping stones.
The fact that you're even watching this means you care about the subtleties of the language, and that's what makes a C1 speaker.
My advice? Pick one of these 5 mistakes today, just one, and focus on it for the next 24 hours. If you fix one mistake a week, in a month, you are a different speaker.
And remember, don't just study English, assimilate it, live it.
Thanks for playing our game of errors today.
Stay sophisticated, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next one.
Happy New Year, everyone!
Goodbye.